far enough from each other. Against a pretty strong NAFTA team. We'll have to see how they do.
Yeah, I mean, NAFTA's no slouch themselves as they're sitting in, I think, second place right now, maybe third, 3-1 record. But we're going to get underway here. Loomis Lear and Park Dog taking the kickoff, and Goji is going to put it far into the what is that, NAFTA end? And the colors are confusing. It's literally Hitler's going to put it off the back wall. Silent Hawk goes for the aerial at midfield, and he's going to end up missing. Park Dog passes it back to Liquid Sight, who's dunked by literally Hitler. Loomis Lear puts it up across.
Yeah, and on the DL starting strong here. Like Orange haven't even gotten out of their half yet. A few bunched up rotations, and Liquid Sight just manages to get that clear there. If on the DL keep this up, they will probably get the first goal.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we were talking about a bit, is just their relentless pressure, and we've already seen a couple shots come out of them, out of Darth Goji in particular. So just this kind of relentless pressure is what I think is going to help them win this one. But Silent Hawks finally got the ball on the DL end. Loomis Lear's trying to clear it here. Park Dog stops it at midfield. Silent Hawk puts it back in. Literally, Hitler's going to miss an aerial there, but Goji's there to clear it up along the wall. As Park Dog puts it across the middle. No one from his team is there. It's just going to drift all the way into the corner, but here's a chance for Silent Hawk just off the crossbar. Very nearly snuck one in there on their very first shot of the game.
Yeah, and NAFTA showing that they're certainly not going to let the early pressure from on the DL affect them. And that's going to go in from Park Dog. What a great passing play.
That was
Liquid Sight, the 1-2.
That was just great awareness by Liquid Sight to know his exact position, and he got a perfect touch. Just could not quite be reached there by Loomis Lear, and Park Dog was able to beat him to the ball.
Yeah, and despite the early pressure from on the DL, it's the Orange side who go up first, and they're the side who are behind in the leaderboard. So if they take this game, it could have big implications for the playoffs.
Yeah, they definitely could. I think they may be able to clinch a playoff spot if they can win in this one. I'll have to see how the rest of the games play out, but if it goes their way, definitely could be in with a very solid chance, as Goji's going to put one across midfield. Liquid Sight's going to take it back the other way. No one from his team is really following the ball, so a bit of time here from on the DL. Goji's going to clear it into the corner and wait on the wall. Go for a Spider-Man clear that does not quite work out. Loomis Lear with a save pushes it to the side, and literally Hitler's going to be dribbling it up the field here as he has a chance, but it's denied by Liquid Sight.
Yeah, on the DL, looking a bit shaky in defense here, but they were quite boost out. They've all picked up boost now, and as I say that, they are getting out back into the Orange half and probably onto the offensive to try and get that equalising goal.
Yeah, but we were not quite seeing that total dominance we saw in the first 30, 45 seconds of play that we saw from them. It's definitely been a bit more back and forth so far, so it's shaping up to be a great game and a great series as well. Park Dog's going to be putting it toward the center. Goji's there to clear it away. And Sight with a bit of a whiff is going to mean the Park Dog's stuck against his own wall. So it's put off the post and then cleared by a combination play from Silent Hawk and Liquid Sight. Silent Hawk again with a clear. Literally Hitler contests at midfield. He's going for it along the wall. Is he going to be able to get a center here to his teammates? Well, he gets the center, but his teammates were not there to follow it up. So Loomis Lear now takes a touch in the corner. Silent Hawk is trying to clear it here. Park Dog finally gets a big clear, but it's immediately shut down by literally Hitler. And Darth Goji with a crazy angled shot. Acrobatic action in the air there, kind of accumulates from a great long clear, which is more of that relentless pressure that we saw from them again in like the last minute of the game.
Yeah, and Goji channeling his inner Maki Duda there with his hustle eyebrows. But yeah, NAFTA really couldn't get it out of their own half there. And when they finally did, and they all left for boost, that was when Goji came to strike.
Yeah, it was just that big long clear that they were not prepared for, and Goji got a great touch on the ball, but now we're seeing some pressure the other way, as now it's on the DL who are in turn having some trouble clearing it out, which was how NAFTA got their last goal. So Let's see if they can do it again as Park Dog's going to put it off the crossbar. Definitely not going to be so happy with that, but more pressure comes in. Oh, what a save! Literally, Hitler steps up big.
Really, really tight save there, and looks like the name of this game so far is definitely defensive players. Like, the team who've been getting the better defensive players have been having more offensive pressure, and generally more pressure in general, and every time a team gets stuck in their own half, it's pretty much resulting in a goal. As Park Dog puts this one up on the wall. Can someone finish? Literally Hitler just there to save the day again. He's really keeping his team together at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, he's been a bit quiet this season, I think, but this game he's definitely stepped up when it counts. So he has a big save and that great long clear assist. As time's going to end here, ball has not touched the ground yet, but that looks like it will, and that's going to be overtime. And if I am not mistaken, I think that's our first overtime of the season on stream here. So this is definitely shaping up to be a good game to watch, as On the DL's got some immediate pressure here, but a whiff is going to turn into some offense the other way from Silent Hawk. Blocked by Loomis Lear, Liquid Sight can't quite get the ball down, and Goji's there along the wall to clear it. Park Dog puts it back in. Is that going to sneak in? It is.
And Liquid Sight was quite key to that play there, just because when the ball get put out, he was the one there to put it back in, thus keeping the pressure on. And the on the DL guys just didn't have enough boost to deal with that lob shot from Park Dog there. Again,
Yeah.
it just all refers to defensive players and keeping the pressure on and boost starving. Because these two teams are so close, it's not going to be mechanical things that separate them. It's going to be who can put on the most pressure and who can handle the defense better and get the better clears, because that's what's so important in competitive Rocket League.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of high pressure that I think ended up winning NAFTA that game. But, you know, definitely super close either way. Well, I already skipped the screen, but I remember NAFTA also had a huge shot advantage. Last I checked, it was like 7-3 or something with maybe still a minute to go. So
Yeah.
it's definitely just an example of the high pressure that, relentless pressure that's keeping them in this one. But getting underway with game 2 here. On the DL are going to be looking to put some more into this one so that they don't drop their first game of the season. But NAFTA are looking to make sure it doesn't happen, as Liquid Sight is going to put it off the post. Nearly an early chance there.
Yeah, Liquid Sight's been really key for NAFTA so far. He's been putting the ball back in, generating lots of great offensive pressure, as literally Hitler steps up again for On the DL. Looks like On the DL is struggling without their main striker Dominic. We'll have to see where they can get those goals from. Hopefully Darth Goje can step up and bring the team back to 1-1.
Yeah, it's definitely hard without your best player, but Darth Goji's definitely doing his best to step up as he comes away with a couple of shots on that play. Neither of them quite fall, and now he's back on defense immediately, doing his best to interrupt Park Dog, but it's a lot of pressure coming out here from NAFTA. Literally, Hitler's trying to block Liquid Sight. They both end up missing. Silent Hawk takes a touch, but literally Hitler's going to get a bit of a clear dribble, whatever this is, down the field. It's going to be blocked in the end. Loomis Lear's trying to keep it there. She does a little bit, but Liquid Sight's big clear back the other way. Darth Goji takes a pretty neutral touch. Looks like it's gonna fall to his teammates, but Park Dog is quickly on the ball. Clear it aside as Goji gets another long clear, and it's definitely been a lot more ping pong this game.
Yeah, these teams are so evenly matched. Nearly halfway through the game, and they're just not a single goal yet. And for two teams like this that have scored so many throughout the season, just to shut each other out completely, it's definitely very high level Rocket League play going on here. As Park Dog puts it off the bar, Silent Hawk goes up, but can't make the finish. Park Dog again sends for the pass, but literally Hitler clears it for On the DL.
Yeah, and it's just like little fast sequences like that kind of making a big difference in this one, as Darth Goji puts a shot on net that Park Dog turns aside. It's definitely just been a lot faster paced this game, I think. A lot more clears and stuff that are going both ways.
Yeah, both teams are wanting to win this. This game is really crucial because obviously On the DL will lose if they lose this game, and NAFTA will really want to win this game in order to improve their record on the general leaderboards.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a playoff clincher if On the DL can win it, but right now they're down one game in the series and still tied 0-0 in this one, so gonna have to be looking to do something else, but no one's really contesting this ball so far, so Silent Hawk gets a shot/pass to the center. Literally Hitler's there for a big clear, but players are kind of bunched up on the wall here. Darth Goji puts it across the middle. It's finally going to be a bit of space here for NAFTA. Silent Hawk looking to deal with it. Literally Hitler clears it all the way to the other side of the field where Darth Goji picks it up. He's going to be looking to center it here, but there is no one from his team there.
And what we haven't seen yet really is neither of these teams have had players that step up and sort of control the ball and go for a dribble rather than just clearing it. The reason we see so much ping pong is because the players are panicking on defense. And here, as I say this, Park Dog is the one to take the dribble and see how effective it is. Might go all the way, and he goes all the way. Defensive mistakes there from On the DL. But as I was saying, if you look up and know you have the time to take the ball on a dribble instead of passing it straight back to the opposition, you can generate offense and a goal for your team.
Yeah, it was it was a three-man juke kind of, but a couple of whiffs came out from On the DL end, and just a simple flick.
Yeah, Park Dog was the one to change things up, and it did work, even if it was helped by the poor defense of On the DL.
Yeah, that was a good presence of mind for him to dribble that. And speaking of dribbling, Liquid Sight's attempting an air dribble, but does not get any touches after he gets off the wall. Now Silent Hawk is going to go for a pinch pass toward the middle, and Park Dog is there to finish it.
What a great pass from Silent Hawk here. He just waits for the ball to hit the wall at the last second and just rolls it up. Perfect for Park Dog. The defender didn't have time to get up on the wall, didn't have time to position himself to jump up and get the save, and it was an easy goal for Park Dog. 2-0 now.
Yeah, it's open out to a big lead here. I mean, compared to how tight it was for the rest of the series. As there's just a minute to go now. On the DL has to put 2 goals in if they want to stay alive in this one. And that's looking like it might be one of them from Loomis Lear. Kind of interrupts a bit of a cross-field dribble there. Bit of maybe miscommunication between Silent Hawk and Liquid Sight. And Loomis Lear is happy.
Silent Hawk going for that pass. Didn't end up working out. Loomis Lear is going to make this an interesting last minute or so.
Yeah, and there's our kickoff here. Loomis Lear is going to end up losing out on that one. Park Dog attempts a shot but puts it high and wide. We're still seeing a bit of bunching up along the walls here as Darth Goji finally gets a big clear, and there's no one in net. He can't quite get it down. Is there still a chance here? Oh, Park Dog with the great touch keeps it just out of range of literally Hitler.
And one thing that NAFTA really don't want to do here is they don't want to overcommit chasing that third goal. What they really want to do is make sure that they have someone back all times in order to see out the 2-1 win. With 12 seconds to go now, it's not looking likely, but anything can happen in Rocket League.
Well, it might take a last-second goal in this one. As Silent Hawk gets a touch, literally Hitler's got one more touch. It's up in the air. Park Dog takes a touch. Loomis Lear keeps it up, but that might be it. GG. And it is. Yeah, GG's indeed in Game 1. Very well played between both teams. Very close series, very fun to watch, but in the end, it's going to be NAFTA coming away with a pair of 2-1 victories. And that's also going to be moving them up to a 4-1 record. And with only one more game to play, that is pretty solid positioning.
Yeah, that ties them with On the DL now because obviously that head-to-head, they've got the head-to-head on them. And it's up to the other teams now to see if they can catch up to NAFTA and On the DL.
Yeah, and I mean this game as well, maybe not quite as much as the last game, but there was a lot of outshooting coming from the NAFTA end. Looks like it was 8-5. So it was pretty close, but definitely just that relentless pressure, a lot of shots. Eventually, some were going to go in.
Yeah, and the only goal from On the DL coming from that game from sort of a defensive mistake from Silent Hawk who passed it along miscommunication, whereas the NAFTA goals were well worked